And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. This is a directed net, and I'm net control. If at any time during this net should an emergency arise, please notify net control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time?
And now for another thrilling edition of Adventures in Radioland.
And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the best sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shot. And today we're currently featuring over 3,200 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. And we also have a newer series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs. That's KC9VKV followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. Both KC9VKV Logbook and KC9VKV Highlights are segments of our main YouTube homepage of Jim's Radio Story, where we celebrate a 50-year career in commercial broadcasting. A 50-year journey from a 5-watt pirate radio station as a 12-year-old to production director of a major 50,000-watt AM broadcast facility. And the thing that makes this truly a unique story is that I have all the actual masters from all along the way. Over 2,600 shows, including many full-length major music concerts and AM radio documentaries. You'll have to check it out and subscribe. Jim's Radio Story on a YouTube search. Our mission statement for the Qso-Vlog network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 5 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia specifically, and in addition we're running our newer number 5 Hocus Pocus Internet SDR receiver, loaded with 50 additional pre-programmed Internet SDR locations spread out over 20 states across the eastern half of the United States, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now, the audio from these 5 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also in the selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed at 0 degrees, one aimed at 90 degrees, and the number 3 is aimed at 134 degrees. These are run as a directional scanner array with a manual voting system 6-position rotary selector. Also today, on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR specially oriented resonant tuned dipole antenna. One leg of this resonant tuned dipole antenna runs broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg runs broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today, we'll be running our input source indicator. So when we switch from an Internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog Net, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA5 to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. During this time of pandemic that has challenged us all, we pray that you'll protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you'll reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this part of the band has many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our Qso-Vlog net to keep their band pass to no wider than 100 to 2900. And again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And now, with all that being said, let's open it up and see who's out there. If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout.
W0CBS, Bethany Beach, Delaware, USA. W0, Charlie, Bravo, Sierra.
W0 station, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
W0 station, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Copy, sure, Whiskey, 0, Charlie, Bravo, Sierra. Whiskey, 0, Charlie, Bravo, Sierra, Bethany Beach, Delaware, over.
Roger, in Delaware, and what's the name there, please?
Roger, in Delaware, and what's the name there, please?
I'm sorry, I have another radio that went off too. Would you repeat your call, sir? Thank you.
Roger. Call here is KC9VKV. This is a Qso-Vlog net. What's the name there?
KC9VKV, this is the Qso-Vlog net. What's the name there?
My name is Bill, Bravo, India, Lima, Lima. Bravo, India, Lima, Lima.
Roger, Bill, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, Bill, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Well, I heard a conversation and did not break in. I'm using an ICOM old SM8 Sam Mary -8 microphone, the dual receiver microphone. And a couple of years ago, I bought a 7610, the ICOM 7610, and I'm overwhelmed by it. I'm still learning. How well you got me, sir, and thank you.
So you are running the 7610 today?
So you are running the 7610 today?
Yes, sir. It's all I've got for this band. An ICOM 7610, and I've got an FA microphone going into it.
Roger, Roger, Bill. Well, if you'd be interested in our setup procedure, if you give me about 10 or 15 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, I'll look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
I'll look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
All right, fine. From the coast, SM8 ICOM, 7610 ICOM, and all I have is a wire up in the trees. No tower at all. How copy, old man, over?
Roger, Roger. Copy you well. I'm on the PA SDR. That's one of my better SDR receivers, internet SDR receivers. And our setup would begin with you checking to be sure that you're in that wide transmit bandwidth. 100 to 2900 is the wide transmit bandwidth for that radio, and your best performance will be realized in that transmitter by being in the 100 to 2900 TVW, Roger.
100 to 2900 TVW, Roger.
I copied, I heard what you said, but I surely didn't understand it. I've had a license for 40 years and did not have the chance to go back in ham radio. Now I've been doing it for a couple of years. But back to you, try again. Try to explain what you were talking about, sir. 7-3 is over.
Yes, sir, Bill. Transfer bandwidth is the resolution of your transmitter. We want the highest resolution that transmitter can be. You'll find it in your book under TBW, transmit bandwidth, and we suggest 100 to 2900. That gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. So in your book, it would be under TBW, transmit bandwidth, and we suggest wide 100 to 2900. You have three selections there, and a lot of folks just adjust them all to 100 to 2900, so nothing gets changed, Roger.
100 to 2900, so nothing gets changed, Roger.
Roger, I'll check my book. I have the basic book for 7610. I have the advanced manual, and I have a book called the book. I bought it at HRO. The book on the 7610. I need to do some digging, so I thank you for that, sir. Bill, it's over.
Yes, sir. Now, moving on, we suggest moving to your compressor, and a 3 on that compressor, 3 out of 10. We just need a third of that compressor, so we suggest a 3 on the compressor input. Roger?
Just a 3 on the compressor input. Roger?
Roger, and I'm going to have to pull the book to see where I can find the compressor 3. I have not touched this radio at all. It is stock. I have taken no options at all on this brand new 7610.
Roger, then take a note on the compressor, adjust it to a 3, adjust to a 3 after you find out where it is and how to get to it. Roger, Roger, compressor on a 3 after you figure out how to get there. Roger?
Sure, on a 3 after you figure out how to get there. Roger?
Copy. I found a button called compressor, and it says on wide. On W-I-D David E Edward. Is that what you're looking for?
That's exactly it, and you're in that mode, wide. Roger?
That's exactly it, and you're in that mode, wide. Roger?
Yes, sir, I am.
Alrighty, so now let's move to your ALC with the mic gain in hand. And as you say the word audio, just to say the word, elongate the front of that word, but don't stress it. Just say it like you would say any other word in a QSO, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running 2/3. So that's mic gain fluctuation until you get your ALC meter running 2/3 as you say the word audio and you stretch out the front of that word.
Say the word audio and you stretch out the front of that word.
All right, thank you for that. This SM8, I have two. One is in Washington, D.C. area. I have never touched them. I have never, adjustments on the bottom, I have never. All I ever did was plug them in, and I got great signal reports. So I'll have to go for the book on the SM8, which I do not have close at hand.
Roger, well, you're pretty hot into your ALC. When you take a breath, your background noise is the same noise as the peak on your words. So I'm assuming that that's where you're hot going into your ALC. So what is your current microphone level?
So, what is your current microphone level?
My microphone level is untouched. It's smack dab in the middle.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, why don't you pull that down to 20 and let me hear you at 20 and see if this noise that's associated with your transmission goes away?
If this noise that's associated with your transmission goes away.
Well, let me turn it over and see what I find. I don't even know what's on the bottom of the mic. Just a minute.
I tell you what, just out of curiosity, key your mic and don't say anything and look at your output. It should be up there around 100%, even though you're not talking, Roger?
It should be up there around 100%, even though you're not talking, Roger?
Copy, Roger. Now we have silent, silent now. Ballpark 100, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So you shouldn't have anything there. If you're not talking, you should not have anything on your output. Roger?
If you're not talking, you should not have anything on your output. Roger?
I have, just a minute, let's do the silent again.
Yeah, so you're definitely getting RF, either RF into the AF or your mic gain is too hot. I'm suggesting, if you would, back it down to about a 20 and let me hear you and let me look at your audio.
About a 20 and let me hear you and let me look at your audio.
Let me turn this over then. Stand by.
This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. Right now we're talking to Bill gosh, where is Bill? Anyway, he's working on his volume situation on his transmitter.
He's working on his volume situation on his transmitter.
That screwdriver that small.
Sorry, Bill, we doubled. What was it?
Sorry, Bill, we doubled. What was it?
I say I don't have a screwdriver that small to make any adjustments on the bottom of the radio, the microphone.
Just bring your internal mic gain down. Just turn your internal mic gain down for right now.
Just turn your internal mic gain down for right now.
I need a little screwdriver to do that on the microphone.
In your radio, the mic gain in your radio. You have a mic gain in your radio, Roger?
Radio, the mic gain in your radio. You have a mic gain in your radio, Roger?
Well, let me look. Here we go. 50%.
All right, go the other way. Go down to about 20%. Take it down to about 20%. Let me hear it.
20%. Take it down to about 20%. Let me hear it.
Let me see what I can do. Not sure. Here is 25%, 25%, W0CBS, Bethany Beach, Delaware.
Yes, sir. That's perfectly clean right there. I would run it just like that. I would run it at 25. You're under your, I think you had some RF in your AF. I think that's the problem. And at 25, you're below the problem area on your mic gain. Roger?
The problem area on your mic gain. Roger?
Okay, fine. We leave the 7610 on 25%. My 9700, I am at 50%, and I'm doing a scanner with that, and the repeaters locally to me are sending very nice things, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That should do just fine. You could use a little more top end, a little more treble for articulation on your EQ, plus probably about 3 clicks on your treble EQ when you get a chance, plus 3 clicks additional from where you are on your treble EQ for articulation. Roger?
On your treble EQ for articulation. Roger?
Is that in the radio or in the microphone?
That's in the radio. In the radio. The radio has your mic gain, has your, well, you have a full complement of utilities there. Your compressor obviously is in the radio, and your equalization and your mic gain.
Your equalization and your mic gain.
Okay, let me take some time at another time to dig into that and pull the book.
Yes, I'll give you a suggestion. When you set up your external microphone, put your internal mic gain to about a 4 or 5, something medium level, and then turn your external mic gain down, so where you're reading properly 2/3 on your ALC meter as you say the word audio. The idea being that what you don't want to do is to overload the first stage of your mic preamp by running the external device too hot into your radio. So if you adjust your internal mic gain on your radio to a 4 or 5, which is a nominal level, then make the microphone what it needs to be to come out right on your ALC at 2/3 as you say the word audio. Roger? Then you'll use that little screwdriver to make that adjustment on your external mic.
Little screwdriver to make that adjustment on your external mic.
I've got some work to do.
Yes, you do, sir. Yes, you do. But you're okay right where you are right now for now, but I'm sure that you'll want to, do it right and get a little bit of headroom on your mic input, your radio mic input, by backing your external mic gain down just a little bit.
By backing your external mic gain down just a little bit.
Copy. When I get a tiny little screwdriver to my hand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, don't spend too long with a little screwdriver. You can get in a lot of trouble with little screwdrivers.
Screwdriver, you can get in a lot of trouble with little screwdrivers.
Yes, sir. I've been there and survived it.
Yes, sir. My normal philosophy is don't fix if it ain't broke. Don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Don't fix if it ain't broke. Don't fix it if it ain't broke.
Anyway, I'm going to check my little scanning repeaters is going crazy in the Salisbury, Maryland, Ocean City, Maryland area. So I'm going to say 73. Thank you for the QSO, and thank you for the suggestion. You got to pull a book. 73's old man.
Yes, sir, Bill. 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And if you want to hear your audio and that discrepancy that we had in the beginning of our QSO, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this Aircheck recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3200, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow.
100, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow.
'73, Bill. This is KC9VKV, the Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
W4RJM, handles Bob.
Hi, Bob. Give me that call sign slowly, phonetically again.
Yes, sir. Whiskey Alpha 4. Radio, Japan, Mexico. Over.
RJM, Roger. And what was the name again?
Bob Baker, Oscar Baker. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Bob. Where are you located, sir?
I'm in northeast Alabama, just below a little town called Gadsden, in Rainbow City. We're a town of about 10,000. Over.
Roger, Bob. And what radio are you running today?
Running a Yaesu FT DX5000, and I think you helped me with it one time, and I really appreciate it. Are we sounding okay today? Over.
Oh yeah, That radio is just beautiful. But we could check a couple of things. Like that TVW. That's a little thing that. It's there. Nobody really checks it very much, but it can make a big difference in your audio. So we want that transmit bandwidth to be in the wide mode, 100 to 2900, and that gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation.
Okay, now tell me that where to find that. Over.
It'd be in settings. Towards the sideband settings, if you know that, how to get to there.
Near the LS and USB?
Yeah, it should be right in that area because it's determining the width of your sideband signal. The allocation is 3 kc, but we want it at 2900 because that will give you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. And if you're not familiar with it, just make a note of it to check it at your leisure. 100 to 2900, wide mode, TVW, Roger.
Okay, wide mode, and what were the numbers?
100 to 2900. 100 is the bottom end, 2900 is the top end. So at 2900, it gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation.
Okay, let's see. And give me the initials of that, what I'm looking for to find to set that.
Roger. It's called Transmit Bandwidth, TBW. Transmit bandwidth, TBW, 100 to 2900. Now you may have other options, and you can take all of those options to the same 100 to 2900, and therefore you will not accidentally somehow get onto a lesser resolution than that 100 to 2900, Roger?
Okay, there's so much on here, I'm having a little trouble finding that TBW.
or transmit bandwidth. And that's just fine. Just make a note of transmit bandwidth -TVW, which is what it is, and you'll be able to look that up at your leisure and just verify. I think you probably are. Most all radios, modern radios, are. However, I have seen some radios come back from, say, repair shops, and sometimes initially from purchase them that are not in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. That maybe the setup engineer or whatever it was just didn't get the radio back to 100 to 2900, but that's that's where we want to be, Roger.
Hey, Bob, it's in the Yaesu, it's called TX Bravo Papa Fox Band Pass Filter. The TX Band Pass Filter is what you're looking for. I found the width settings here.
Roger, we want to be in that 100 to 2900, Roger.
Okay, is it 2.9, 2.90 hertz?
2.9 kilohertz, Roger.
Yeah, I see it now. I'm there. And on the other setting, I'm at 100 hertz.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's the one you want to run. That's the one you want to pick to operate on, Roger.
Oh, I really appreciate it. You've been a great help. What's your call again and your handle?
Roger. Name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike, and this is the Qso-Vlog net for Friday afternoon. Call is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, Roger.
Yes, Kilo Charlie 9, Kilo Victor. And you're located, where are you located?
We're down around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. And the call again is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. Roger?
Okay, mighty good, Jim. I appreciate your help very much. And I hadn't been out in the shack here in about 6 months, and there's so much on. I really love my radio. I bought it used from a fellow west of Colorado. It was 10 below zero the day I talked to him, and we made the deal. Over.
Yes, sir. Well, the rest of it seems to be set up just fine, because it looks like you have a 3 dB dynamic range, and that's what we're looking for. That's a combination of your mic gain as it appears on your ALC meter, so you don't have to worry about that. And the equalization curve just sounds beautiful. You have a lot of articulation in your audio, so gosh, you're just beautiful. And if you want to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do that call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3200, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Oh, fine business, Jim. Now that call is KC9V Victor K Victor, Roger?
Right, Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor.
And slash my book?
Logbook, Roger?
Oh, logbook.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm a big YouTube fan. That's a great service. There's also some negative things on there, but there's a lot of good stuff. It's right up my alley. I like it, and I appreciate your help again very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You fine sounding radio there, Bob, and glad you checked in. And if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you.
Okay, you're usually on. I've got 5 minutes past 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. I guess you're on Central, maybe.
No, it's 5 minutes past 4 my time, so I'm ahead of you by an hour, I guess.
Okay, 52 degrees and sunny here. Real nice day.
Roger, I think it's about that way here, but as I understand it, we're about to get some colder weather moving in.
Yeah, we are too. It's possible we could get some snow flurries next week. Be a good bit or none at all. A friend of mine said to be a weatherman, all you need is a 50-cent coin, and you flip it, heads it's going to rain, tails it'll be sunny. But, oh yeah, I wanted to tell you, a microphone is a Heil PR40. I've had it a long, long time, and it really works well with this rig.
Oh, yes, it just sounds beautiful. And about the weatherman, you know, in some of these foreign countries, when the weatherman screws up, he's chased out of town or eliminated one way or the other. They're serious about their weather in some of these other countries.
Yeah, roger that. Now, Jim, are you a pipe smoker by chance?
No, I'm not. I'm not a smoker at all anymore. I did for a while in my youth, but as soon as I got wise enough to know, you know, that I shouldn't, I gave that up. Roger.
Well, that's a good thing. I don't inhale. I just puff and like fooling with a pipe, and I'm having trouble refilling a butane lighter. It seems like the more fuel I put in, it just won't light at all. I got this about a month ago, and I just don't have much luck with butane lighters. Something I'm doing wrong. I thought you'd know if anyone would, but if you don't use them, you won't. I don't have a clue either. Over.
No, I'm sure if you Google that on YouTube, that's a strange way to put it, but if you check YouTube, you'll probably run across somebody that has had that same problem and knows the way to fix it and will show you. That's the thing about YouTube. It's just amazing the amount of information that's there, Roger.
That's for sure, Jim. The encyclopedia guys, they're out of business a long time ago, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. That's YouTube. You got not only the words, but you also have the video of the guy, probably doing it. Let's see, Bob, do you have just a moment?
I do.
Okay, I want to check something. I want to try something. Now, this is something that I've thought about for a while, and I haven't ever done it, but I'm just curious if one could do it. And it has to do with the word audio. And I'm thinking about using that word as a means to set up an EQ curve that will be fairly linear across the dial by just using that word. If we consider that is the mid-range, D is a lower range, and O as the bottom end, they would probably, and like I say, this is just something I'm trying here. So if you would want to say the word audio, and let me just look at you for a minute.
Okay, R-D-O. R-D-O.
All right, let's see here. Make it an instead of an R. And that's strange. RDO. I hadn't thought about that. That's the first thing, but is what I'm looking for. RDO. Roger?
RDO.
Right, now, and stretch those out just a little bit. Roger?
Okay. RDO.
Okay, and don't push them. Just say it like you would say a word in a normal QSO. Roger?
Okay. R-D-O.
Okay, sounds like you might be moving in on the O part. Just keep your space to microphone the same through that whole thing. Roger?
Did you say I'm too close to the mic?
No, it just sounded like you might have moved forward on the word O, closer to the microphone. I want you to be in the same position for those three words, Roger, or letters or whatever.
Am I saying instead of R?
Yeah, A-D-O, Roger?
Okay. A-D-O. A-D-O.
I've got so much latency I can't really tell what I'm looking at a spectrum analyzer, and there's a latency in my video. It's being recorded, and there's latency there, so I can't exactly correspond to those different things, and they looked all pretty much similar. So I don't think that's going to work for me. I got to come up with another way to do that, Roger.
Okay, Roger, no problem, Jim.
I thought I had the world by the whatevers, but on second thought, I guess not. Back to the drawing board.
Okay, fine business. Well, I'm going to bail out here on you, Jim. I appreciate your help very much, and we'll try to get here at 7.188 next Friday about, I guess your time would be 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock?
Be 3:30. 3:30 my time, and my time now is 10 past 4. So we'll be here next Friday at my time, 3:30.
Okay, it'll be 2:30 here, Roger. I'm off Friday at noon, and it's too cold to cut the grass, not any to cut. I'm just grinding up leaves now, but it's indoor weather for sure. 73s, and thanks a million. KC9, wait a minute, can't read my writing. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor, 73.
Yes, sir, Bob, 73, sir. Thanks for dropping by, and we'll see you next Friday if we get a chance. And again, if you want to check out that audio of yours, if you go to YouTube and do that call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will bring you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. 73. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. There was a W in that call sign somewhere. I just caught the tail end of it on my PASDR.
The tail end of it on my PASDR.
I have some QRM garbage coming from one side or the other. I don't know exactly where it's coming from, but it's pretty heavy on my PASDR. But that's the only place I've got a copy on you, Roger.
PASDR, but that's the only place I've got a copy on you, Roger.
Hey, Roger, there's probably a lot of people real close to there. I know you said down here too.
Okay, I had you more in the clear that time, but give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, about twice.
Give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, about twice.
Slowly. The keyword is slowly, Roger.
Slowly. The word keyword is slowly, Roger.
Roger. Kilo, Echo, 2, Whiskey, X-ray. Kilo, Echo, 2, Whiskey, X-ray.
2 Whiskey X-ray, is that a Roger?
2 Whiskey X-ray, is that a Roger?
Kilo, Echo, 2 WX. Kilo, Echo, 2, Whiskey, X-ray.
Roger, I've got that. And what's the name there?
Roger, I've got that. And what's the name there?
All right, David, and what's your location, sir?
All right, David, and what's your location, sir?
Malaysia, New York here. I just heard the processor on. I don't know if it helped any. We're in Malaysia, New York here, just south of Albany. Go ahead.
Okay, I do have an SDR in New York. I tell you what, David, the best thing would be to give me about 10 seconds, 10 or 15 seconds. Tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
And let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Roger, Roger. Radio there. Let's come up another radio. try that if that makes it any difference there, because sometimes this one is in a different orientation, but you're coming in 30 over to 60 over there, so I didn't know if it was just on my end there, because it don't look like you're picking up like watts, 10 to 15 watts here, go ahead.
Okay, David, still the best, my best internet SDR is up around Pennsylvania, but if you can hear me, maybe we can work this thing, even though I have a difficulty in copying you right at the moment, maybe we'll run across some adjustment that you might need to make that will help us copy you better. The first thing is, what radio are you running, David?
The first thing is, what radio are you running, David?
The radio here is the FT1 from K2FT1 solid state radio, go ahead.
Roger, David, and just out of curiosity, what is your output power?
Roger, David, and just out of curiosity, what is your output power?
It looks like it's around 10 to 15 watts, 10, 15, maybe 20 watts at the peak there, go ahead.
Roger, and you don't have a power amplifier associated with that radio?
Roger, and you don't have a power amplifier associated with that radio?
No, I don't there. This is just, I don't have any amplifiers there. They're all just the antennas and the radios themselves there. So it's, this is close to 100 watts, but it doesn't seem to be picking up on my watt meter there. Only about 25 watts there, man.
Okay, so do you know if your radio is in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth? 100 to 2900 TVW, wide, bandwidth 100 to 2900.
Wide, bandwidth 100 to 2900.
Yeah, I'm not sure there, because it's an older radio there, and I just have a pure microphone there, like from a stand or something like that, which is hooked to the back of it where the phone patch would go in. Go ahead.
Okay, this would be an internal adjustment. This would be an internal adjustment. You might check your book to see if you're capable of getting it in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. That would let your transmitter be all that it can be as far as its resolution capabilities. 100 to 2900, and then a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. All right, so past that, down to your compressor, are you running, do you have a compressor in that radio?
Compressor, are you running, do you have a compressor in that radio?
Roger, it's about halfway on the compressor.
Okay, what is the level that you're running on the compressor?
Okay, what is the level that you're running on the compressor?
It's at 12 o'clock on the knob.
About mid-scale on that compressor, is that a Roger?
About mid-scale on that compressor, is that a Roger?
Roger there, yeah, just coming off the zero, almost to the almost to the 5 there, on the peak there when I watch on the compression meter, when I turn it to compression, it goes, it's not shifting up very high at all.
Okay, so let's go to mic gain, and where is your mic gain sitting right now?
To mic gain, and where is your mic gain sitting right now?
It's 100%, all the way open, 100%.
Alrighty, let's do an experiment. Let's get right on that mic, right exactly on top of that mic, and let me hear you right on the mic.
Exactly on top of that mic, and let me hear you right on the mic.
Okay, this is right up on the mic there, probably flatter in there because I'm too close to it there. Go ahead.
Your articulation and audio level just came up, so I would suggest, does that radio have an ALC meter?
I would suggest, does that radio have an ALC meter?
Yeah, Roger, I can set it to the ALC and see what it's doing.
Okay, as you look at your ALC meter, as you say the word audio, adjust your mic gain until you're 2/3 on your ALC meter. As you say the word audio.
As you say the word audio.
Audio. It's going up to right around 9 on the meter, and the meter goes from 1 to 25, or 0 to 25.
Roger. Well, sometimes, on lower power units like yours, sometimes you really need to get a little more active on your ALC meter than what one normally would. But the saving grace is that your output power level is much lower than normal. So even if you were to be generating some kind of spurious emissions, your output power is probably not enough to cause much problem. So the trade-off there is that if somebody wants to hear you, if you run that ALC meter right up next to the 0 point, that's what you may have to do to get out with your limited wattage, Roger.
To get out with your limited wattage, Roger.
Yeah, Roger there. Yeah, I'll probably have to do that. Or I can put a hand mic onto it and see if that makes any big difference there. Go ahead.
I think that's better. Now, what you want to do with that hand mic is pull it to the side of your mouth and work across it. Do not work directly into it. Pull it to the side of your corner of your lips and talk across it, Roger.
Pull it to the side of your corner of your lips and talk across it, Roger.
Yeah, Roger there. This is the hand mic there. Came off my 840, and it seems to kick the meter up higher there, and I'm talking across it there. It's a different microphone than what I was just talking on. The other one is put in the back of it there for the phone pads there, and I did have processing on it before, and I took it all off, and it seemed like it sounded all right with the headphones, but maybe I had to put it back in. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, that one is about 2 dB hotter audio level than the other one. So it's a little hotter than the other one. And right now that's really important because I don't have that good a copy on you. And that's probably going to be the story at 25 watts output. You're going to probably, the times that you're in difficulty are going to be more often than the times that you're blowing people away, Roger?
They're going to be more often than the times that you're blowing people away, Roger.
Yeah, Roger there. You probably will be, because it picks up twice as much higher on the comp meter, compressor meter there than it did before. So, but I noticed that years ago, I don't know if it does now there, I have like the noise canceling switch on here. I don't know if that would make any difference either, but it might just make it even worse because it used to clip on that before and kind of modulation will fall off and things like that there. Well, especially if you're using blocks or anything like that. Go ahead.
Roger, David. Well, gosh, you're about 6 dB over the PA SDR noise level. So that's that's the best internet SDR receiver that I've got on you right now, and you're about 6 dB over their residual noise level. Roger?
6 dB over their residual noise level. Roger?
Yeah, Roger there. Yeah, it's not very, very strong here. It's probably, like right now, it's 50 watts there, but it's mostly hanging right around the 10 there. And just on the voice peak, it pops up to 50.
Roger. So I would, David, if I were you, I would leave my my ALC meter out and be looking at my ALC meter as I talk to folks and see if I can keep that ALC meter up as far as, you'll probably be running hotter than the normal sweet spot, which is 2/3. You'll probably be running up there close to zero level, close to 100% on that low power radio, Roger?
100% on that low power radio, Roger?
Roger there. Yeah, I figured that because that's why I've been running it with this hand mic, but I hadn't been on it too much there. But the sound, everybody that I talked to the other day there on AM with this hand mic, it sounded all right, but it might do better on AM than it does on the sideband there. Go ahead.
Roger, there's not a lot of bottom end on that microphone, but you don't need a lot of end. You need to concentrate on communicating, being heard and understood. And that pattern that you have is mostly mids to top with not much bottom, but that's ideal for your low power situation as far as trying to be heard, Roger.
Low power situation as far as trying to be heard, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, that's the way I've noticed it there before there. It's always could be heard, but I didn't have a big strong signal there. But someday I'll have to work on the antenna part and get it a better antenna. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. And your ALC will reflect the degree of your audio signal. And you want as fat a signal as you can get. So if you're looking at your ALC meter, you want to try to keep it right there at the uppermost part of the meter. Roger?
At the uppermost part of the meter. Roger?
Yeah, Roger there. Yeah, once in a while it'll pop up to like 3/4 of the meter. But right now, if I'm concentrating it right to front like this, it goes 50%. It goes almost to 20% there, not quite 25.
Roger. Now you might look around. Is that radio like a breadboard radio, or can you get to some parts in it? You might try changing some of your resistor network in the audio system towards the mic input to be able to pick up just a little bit more level. Maybe change a resistor or something if you can get to something like that. And if you know pretty much what you're trying to do, you're trying to get just a little bit more audio out of there, Roger?
You're trying to get just a little bit more audio out of there, Roger?
Yeah, Roger there. Yeah, I probably do. I have a standoff board to plug into it, and I bought a set for this radio and my 101 there. I got 2 sets of boards there that I can plug right in and then stand the board himself, and it's the full width of the radio. He's doing a standoff. And then you can plug the board in and then check on it that way there and see where I can change out stuff and make it better.
Roger, and the other option would be if you might have a powered microphone. If you might have a powered microphone, you might try that and turning that up to drive the audio up just a little bit. You're pretty close to max out capabilities, it sounds like, on your radio, but you might pick up just a little bit more if you had an amplified desk mic that you could turn up or something like that, Roger?
Amplified desk mic that you could turn up or something like that, Roger?
Yeah, Roger. The only one I have is an old C104, but it sounds real tinny on this radio there. Unless I take the element out with a different element, it might clean it up a little bit. But it's real thin there. It makes everything sound real tinny.
Oh boy, starting to get a lot of crud coming in from the side there, David. But do you have that D104 handy, and we could take a listen to it?
Do you have that D104 handy, and we could take a listen to it?
Yeah, okay. I'll just take a couple minutes there to hook it up there, and then let's see what it sounds like.
I'm sorry, David, you got a lot of stuff coming in from the sidebands. Did you say you had it there and you could plug it in?
Sidebands. Did you say you had it there and you could plug it in?
Okay, turn it, do you have, can you turn it down just a little bit?
Can you turn it down just a little bit?
Or better yet, can you turn your radio mic, your internal volume control for your microphone down to about 5?
Volume control for your microphone down to about 5.
I don't know if that was you or not. Okay, turn it up to about 8. Turn your internal mic gain up to about 8.
About 8. Turn your internal mic gain up to about 8.
Okay, then turn your internal mic gain up all the way. Adjust your internal mic gain up all the way like it was earlier.
Adjust your internal mic gain up all the way like it was earlier.
Okay, so then turn your D104 up about a quarter of a turn.
Your D104 up about a quarter of a turn.
And tell me about your antenna system just for a minute. Let me listen to you.
And tell me about your antenna system just for a minute. Let me listen to you.
How about David? You're on the D104. Come back and tell me about your antenna system for about 10 or 15 seconds.
For about 10 or 15 seconds.
Okay, right now I'm running looks like it's picking up a little bit now. I'm running a loop antenna there about 600 feet around. It runs out 300 something to the tree line, and it puts back to another tree about 10 feet off the ground, and then about 10 feet off the ground, and out to my backyard there.
David, turn your D104 mic level up just a little bit more, maybe a quarter of a turn more.
Up just a little bit more, maybe a quarter of a turn more.
Okay, there's a quarter of a turn more there. Let's see if my ALC either quit working or something there, but peaking a little bit there on the watt meter there, probably around 20 watts there, but.
Okay, so you are coming on up, so turn your D104 up another quarter of a turn. Turn your D104 up another quarter of a turn, Roger.
Turn your D104 up another quarter of a turn, Roger.
Okay, that's another quarter of a turn there. It's got a little bit more kick to it there, but I like this 9-volt battery to activate.
Okay, kind of faded out just a little bit. Try one more quarter of a turn on your D104, and let me listen to you.
Turn on your D104, and let me listen to you.
There's a quarter of a turn. It's almost all the way up. There's one more quarter, and then it'll be all the way up, but it doesn't
Okay, now just out of curiosity, go back to your hand mic and turn your internal mic gain all the way up, and put your hand mic back on and let me hear what you sound like.
Put your hand mic back on and let me hear what you sound like.
following before the compression meter, but maybe the compression is down too low. I don't know if I said that. Or maybe it looks like it's on there. Go ahead.
Roger. Now that one, yeah, it does have just a slight more body to it than the D104. It does have just a little more body to it than the D104. But I would suggest using the hand mic. Come right up on your lips, to the corner of your lips, and talk across it. And that's the way I would run it. And make sure that your internal mic gain control is all the way up. Roger?
Internal mic gain control is all the way up. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, that's what it is now. Now my ALC is working again there, and it's going up to around 20 to 25 here, so it's something must be just a little flashy from being an old radio there, and now the meter seems to be working a little better. The other one is ALC is 10, so I'm not sure what it is.
Frequency is in use. Frequency is in use. Frequency is in use.
Frequency is in use.
David, that sounded a lot, somewhat louder, so I would run it just like that. I tell you, the best thing that you could do would be to get a little power amp for that radio, to bring it up to 100 watts or maybe 400 watts or something like that. That would make a real difference, Roger.
Something like that. That would make a real difference, Roger.
Yeah, Roger there. Yeah, I'll have to look around there and see what I can find there, because I used to have one years ago. It was an old E11 run 572 beat, and it was an 11/8, and it ended up. I don't know if it was just being old or whatever there, but the power supply went in it, so it kind of like died out there. But I got rid of it, but I never used it much anyhow in the first place. Go ahead.
Roger that. I'm just saying, in an ideal world, things are tough enough at 100 watts. This band sometimes can be unforgiving as far as noise and all kinds of trials and tribulations that, I would hate to. It's kind of like a guy going on vacation with the trouble light on his dashboard on. The optimist, he starts on a vacation with the trouble light on his car, and he's going 1,000 miles. On
his car, he's going 1,000 miles.
Yeah, Roger there. Yeah, I understand. But I've had that happen. I wanted a brand new car. I took it to New Jersey there to Atlantic City, and I sat there all week. And then when I went to leave, the wouldn't run over 30 miles an hour. It was a brand new car. I still couldn't figure it out, so they had to reset the whole computer in the car. A 2009 Chevy Aveo there, but for some reason I couldn't go over 30 miles an hour. There, go ahead.
Roger, David. That's what it's like sometimes. But like I said, I have a copy on you on the PASDR, and you are making the trip. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,200, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So again, go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. Roger?
For KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. Roger?
Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor.
That's a Roger. Now, boy, you were in the clear on that one. You were in the clear. You were 10 over on that transmission.
You were in the clear. You were 10 over on that transmission.
Yeah, Roger. Sometimes the bands pick right up with this antenna there, and other times it dies down. I usually use it up here because it tunes better, but a lot of times my server current works better here. But but for north and south, and it's broadside east to west there, so it works better that way than it does the north and south. But years ago I had a bobtail curtain, and that used to work real good north and south there, but I burned up a lot of the road bushes and things like that because the lines grew up around the wires there. They were hanging down. Go ahead.
Roger, David. Boy, you were really good on that one. You were 10 over all the way. So I guess, Mother Nature helps sometimes. It's not all downhill. Mother Nature is not always downhill. It just seems like that. But your last transmission was just beautiful. So let me say 73 there, David, and you have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And again, if you want to hear your audio, go to YouTube and do the search KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. We'll take you to this recording, Roger.
Followed by the word logbook.
We'll take you to this recording, Roger.
Yeah, Roger, there. Yeah, I'll look for it tomorrow there. My computer's working. I've been having problems because I don't use them that often there. But I'll take a look. Maybe I can do it on my phone there and log into it there and listen to it there. So we want to thank you for listening and have a good day there. K2WX clear.
Roger, David, 73, sir. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Hey, hello there, Jim. Brock, KK4CZ, remote PA.
Hey, Brock, I'm just flipped over to my local antenna, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. I won't keep you long. I'm inside a real noisy kitchen here in the Highlands area. We're feeding some people, feeding some of the blind, but I'm on my Android phone, and so I just want to see how it sounded, and get out of the way.
Roger, Brock. Gosh, sounds really good. Is that remoting through your normal system?
Yes, it is. It's actually a 991A, and it's only running 50 watts on my horizontal loop. Something's wrong with it. It's not even running 100 watts. So I usually have a linear hook to it, but I don't have that linear amplifier hooked to it all. So it's only about 50 watts, Roger?
Roger. Now let's just do an experiment. Back off that mic about 3 inches and let me hear you.
Yeah, okay. I might have been. Yeah, I'm looking at my ALC. Yeah, the ALC. It is a little hot, isn't it? Let's see. I can back that out. So I'm infrared on my ALC. Hang on.
I think probably it sounded all right when you just backed off a little bit. I mean, your ALC, whatever, but I think it was a matter of acoustics, proximity to microphone, and proximity effect and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay, well, that's I turned it down a couple of notches, and I'm just barely tinkling the ALC, but I'm in a real noisy area. We got kitchen things clanging and banging around, people talking, so if I don't say anything, you'll hear all the people in the background. So I turned it down just a little bit. KK4CZ, remote PX.
Roger. Now, are you having a group dinner? And what are you serving? And when should I show up?
Yeah. Well, we're helping the blind, sight limited and blind people over here on State Street, and Debbie's doing the same. We've been doing this for decades. And so, about 50 people, and I don't know what they're cooking, but I'm sitting here in the kitchen, and I'm waiting on for them to serve me some food. Roger that?
Oh, Roger that. Now, I'll just make my thing right now. If there's any chicken, I'll take a few legs, Roger.
Yeah, I'm a leg man, too. Okay, I think you wanted to get some real stations there
and I just want an audio check, but I see I'm still hitting ALC a little too hard, it looks like. But but I'm typically not in this noisy environment. So okay, hey, catch you later, Jim. VKV Jim, my main man over there in Indiana. We're over here in State Street by the blind school. So we'll see you later. It's Brock, not Obama. KK4CZ, remote TX, 50 watts.
Roger, Brock, I wouldn't change a thing, man. That just sounds beautiful. And again, if you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do that call letter search, Kilo Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, I'll have, this will be cut number 1 in the series of 3200, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, so you'll be able to hear that audio. Now, for what it's doing, I think it's doing a great job. And I don't hear a lot of background, so, it's working, just beautiful like it is. 73, Brock, you have a good eats. And we'll catch you later. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net, not nut, net. And if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Give me a shout.
And we're now on our Georgia Internet SDR, on the Georgia Internet SDR for Georgia, Florida, Alabama, and southern Tennessee. This is KC9VKV Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net.
KC9VKV Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net.
David, you want to listen to this rig here, W4CM, name is Clint.
Roger, is that Clint?
Roger, is that Clint?
That's correct, Clint, C-L-I-N-T, Charlie Lima, India, Nova Tom.
Roger, Clint. And what's your call sign again, slowly phonetically?
And what's your call sign again, slowly phonetically?
It's Whiskey 4. Oscar, Charlie, Mike.
Roger, Clint. And what's your location?
Roger, Clint. And what's your location?
David, I'm located 70 miles south of Nashville, Tennessee.
Alrighty, so you're in Tennessee, and what radio are you running there, Clint?
So you're in Tennessee, and what radio are you running there, Clint?
Maybe it's a Flex. It's a Flex 5000A.
Roger, Clint. Name here is Jim, Juliet, India, Mike. We're up around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. And this is the Qso-Vlog net. We assist folks in setting up their radios for maximum capability. And if you would be interested, our first thing is to talk about the TBW, transmit bandwidth. I'm not sure that you would be aware of that, but the TBW lets you set how wide your transmit bandwidth is, and we suggest 100 to 2900 if you have an adjustment that would coincide with that on your radio, Roger.
Adjustment that would coincide with that on your radio, Roger?
Yeah, Roger. I am transmitting right now at 100 and 3,000. 100 and 3,000.
Roger. So we would suggest 2900 because that gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. So that's why we suggest 100 to 2900. Roger.
We suggest 100 to 2900. Roger.
Okay, we changed that to 100, 2900.
Roger, it's just one of those protocols that good neighbor protocols. It sounds better at 3K, but the point is that if you have somebody in that area, they're going to be wishing that you were at 2900 instead of 3. Roger.
That you were at 2900 instead of 3. Roger.
Oh yeah, I understand. I sure do, Jim. I'm familiar with the bandwidth and getting into somebody's bandpass and yeah, I understand.
Roger. All right. So then past that, we move to the compressor processor, and we're looking to run just a third of that, 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how it's labeled on your radio, just a third. And the observation is that a 3 and a 6, as far as working directly on the word, a 3 is as good as 6 as far as working directly on the word. Now the thing is that with a 6 you have suck up between words, which we don't want. So that's when we suggest a 3. So that's 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how it's labeled.
3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how it's labeled.
Okay, Jim. We got to a 3. We're on the 3 there.
Okay. Now let's move to the ALC meter with mic gain in hand. And as you say the word audio, don't stress it. Just say it as you would say any other word. It's audio, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running 2/3 or 7, depending on which one comes first.
It's running 2/3 or 7, depending on which one comes first.
Okay, let me, well, this goes to, from 20 up to 0. It's kind of a odd system. But I let off the low, it's still going out just a little bit. Let me back that on down. Hello. Okay, right there. That should be close.
Oh, yes, that's a vast improvement from when we started. You were really hot into your ALC, and now it looks and sounds a whole lot better, Roger.
ALC, and now it looks and sounds a whole lot better, Roger.
Where'd you go, Clint?
Where'd you go, Clint?
Might have hit your VFO. Might have hit your VFO.
Might have hit your VFO.
This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net, and we're talking to Clint down in Tennessee, and he's got a Flex 5000 that we're just doing a little audio setup on.
Yeah, Jim, I'm sorry I lost you there. For some reason, I don't know what happened, but I lost you. The mic gain right there should be about 3/4 of the way, okay?
Yes, sir. It looks good to me. It's not, up against the wall like it was. So let's just call it a go for now on the mic level control. Now, if you know where your equalizer is, we need just a little more top end. What kind of equalizer do you have in that Flex radio?
Flex radio.
Okay, Jim, it's a 10 band equalizer.
Okay, so and is it a parametric? Can you adjust the frequencies in it?
Is it a parametric? Can you adjust the frequencies in it?
Oh, yes, I sure can.
Okay, so let's make everything between 400 cycles and 1.4 or 1.5 kilohertz flat or off, depending off or flat. And do you have separate P controls? Since we are running the compressor processor, do you have separate P controls for your equalizers?
Yes, sir. Do you have separate P controls for your equalizers?
No, I do not.
Okay, so let's make everything flat between 400 cycles and 1.5 kilohertz. Everything flat. 400 cycles to 1.5 kilohertz. Roger?
Cycles to 1.5 kilohertz. Roger?
Okay, now, Jim, this thing reads first band is 32, 63, 125, 250, and 500. That's halfway over, okay?
Yeah, okay, so let's go from the bottom end. Let's go from your base. That's the equalizer 1, I believe. We want to fully roll out, attenuate 60 cycles, or 30 cycles, 60 cycles, 120 cycles. Just roll those all the way out. Roger?
120 cycles. Just roll those all the way out. Roger?
Okay, we're zeroed out right there. It's 0.
Yes, sir. Okay. And then let's go up to, let's see, what's your control right above 1.5 kilohertz? What's your one just above that?
5 kilohertz. What's your one just above that?
Above the 0.5 is 1 kilohertz, and 2 kilohertz, 4 kilohertz, 8 kilohertz, and 16 kilohertz.
All right, so go ahead and roll that 16 kilohertz all the way out, and come down to 4 kilohertz max push, 4 kilohertz max push, and 2 kilohertz plus 3. Roger?
Plus 3. Roger?
What did you say on the 4 kilohertz?
Max push, max out, max push level, plus whatever it is that you've got there at 4 kilohertz, Roger?
That you've got there at 4 kilohertz, Roger?
Okay. I'm at 0, so where do you want me to go?
Okay, so then it's to the right, plus all the way. Boost, push that frequency all the way up to max out.
Push that frequency all the way up to max out.
Okay, that's max out right there. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 3. Yeah.
Okay, now 2KC, come up to two clicks hotter. Make it 3 clicks hotter than where you are. 3 clicks hotter than where you are on your 2KC.
3 clicks hotter than where you are on your 2KC.
Okay, that's up to a 5. Yeah, 2 clicks hotter than where I was at.
All right, now is everything flat between 400 cycles and 1.4 kilohertz? We want all those to be flat.
1.4 kilohertz, we want all those to be flat.
Now, no, everything's flat between 2 and 4, yes.
Okay, so right around 200 cycles, can you make those? You can dial in the frequencies on those.
Can you make those? You can dial in the frequencies on those.
on the 200, yeah. What do you want on it?
Well, if it's 200, I want to start taking it down. I want to take it down like minus 5 on the 200 cycles, minus 5. And do you have a width control with those?
Cycles, minus 5. And do you have a width control with those?
Do I have a what now?
A width control. In other words, there's a little thing that would determine the width of the equalizer curve as far as whether it's peaky or broad. Do you have anything there that says like a 4 as far as the width control on that 200 cycle adjustment?
The width control on that 200 cycle adjustment?
The only thing I have is a preamp out on the end there. It says preamp. That's all I have.
Yeah, somebody's got some kind of noise going on there. Not good to jam an operating frequency. Anyway, so you've got like minus 4 at 200 cycles on your base adjustment. Is that a Roger?
Cycles on your base adjustment. Is that a Roger?
That's a Roger.
Okay, just out of curiosity, take that to a minus 8.
Okay, just out of curiosity, take that to a minus 8.
Which one was that? I'm sorry, I keyed with you.
Yes, sir. The 200 cycle adjustment, make that minus 8. Minus 8 clicks, Roger.
Make that minus 8 clicks, Roger.
Okay, got that on minus 8. The 200 cycles, minus 8.
Starting to sound pretty good there. All right, go back up to your 2KC adjustment, your 2 kilohertz, and add 2 more clicks EQ on that 2KC. And I am assuming that you're maxed out on your 4KC.
And I am assuming that you're maxed out on your 4KC.
On the 4KC, yeah, I'm maxed on it, yes.
Okay, so on your 2KC, plus 2 clicks additional push from where you are. Plus 2 clicks additional boost from where you are.
Where you are. Plus 2 clicks additional boost from where you are.
Okay, there's 2 clicks on the 2, yes.
Alrighty, and now tell me about your antenna system.
Now tell me about your antenna system.
Oh, the antenna is it's a coaxial dipole, inverted V-shape, hanging in a tree out 5 foot so in the air, and the ends are coming off the ground probably about 6 to 8 feet, and that's it, fed with coax. 213 coax all the way into the house. That's it for an antenna.
Roger, I just went to my local antenna, and you're just blowing me away there. Really good signal. I wish you had a little bit more top end on that 4KC. Are you sure that your equalizer is turned on? And let's see what else it could be. And there isn't a P control set of controls since you're in the processor mode.
Yes, it is turned on. It sure is. Now I could move the preamp out on the end. I don't know. Let me do that, and you tell me. I can take it back where it's at, but I'm going to put a little bit in that preamp. Did that make a difference there, Jim?
A little bit. It got a little bit fuller, Roger.
So it did help it there.
But it's tell me about the best thing you like about your radio in about 10 seconds.
Oh, well, it's a backup radio. My main radio is it's a non Apache Labs non. It's the one I use most of the time. This one's been sitting idle for a few months, and I just hooked all the cables up and said, "Hey, let's play for a while." So, but my darned profile I had set up in it, I lost it for some reason. So here I'm trying to build another one.
Yes, sir. Okay, so on that 200 cycles, let's go attenuate 3 clicks more on the 200 cycle EQ adjustment, minus 3 clicks more on the 200 cycle adjustment, the base adjustment number 1.
Okay, that's minus 3 clicks more right there on the 200.
Okay, I'm still hearing quite a bit. Like I said, I'm on my 7300 on my local antenna, and I've got a really good copy, so I can really copy the bass. So take another 3 dB, 3 clicks off that bass, and let me hear you.
Okay, that's 3 more clicks off the 200 right there. 1, 2, 3, 3 clicks.
Doesn't seem to actually. I'll tell you what, why don't you change that value to 300 cycles instead of 200, and let me listen to you. You should really thin out if that equalizer is working. So instead of 200 cycles, go to 300 cycles. Leave all the EQ attenuation just like it is. Just change the frequency.
Okay, let's go. All right, that's right there's the best I can do with that.
Okay, so that's 300 cycles at minus whatever it is?
I don't have a 300 cycle. I have a 250 and a 500.
I got you. So on that 250, go ahead and max out on that 250 as far as attenuation. Full attenuation at 250, and let me hear you.
Okay, that's maxed out in the plus side. That's maxed out all the way to the top.
Okay, I'm getting a little bit of distortion. Now, the EQ curve is sounding just about right, but I'm getting a little bit of distortion there. So I want you to go back to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, I want you to adjust the ALC meter to so it reads 2/3 as you say the word audio.
Hello. That's 0 on the mic gain. That's for as low as I can go.
Yes, sir. Now let's check the rest of your equalizer. Those should be in the flat mode, plus or minus 0 in the flat mode from 400 cycles up to 1.5 kilohertz. They should all be flat, Roger?
That's correct.
Okay, I'm just wondering why we would still have a little distortion. Tell me again about your antenna system and let me listen to you.
Well, Jim, you would have to be looking at this equalizer to understand what we're trying to adjust here. It starts on the left side at 32, 63, 125, 250, and then 500. And then it goes down on the other side, or goes up, I should say, to 1 kilocycle, 2 kilocycles, 4 kilocycles, 8 kilocycles, and 16 kilocycles. And that's what you're looking at on the EQ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, take that 16 kilohertz that we rolled all the way out. Bring it back to flat, Roger.
Okay, it's flat right there.
All right. I've got an idea. Back off mic about 5 or 6 inches, Roger.
Yeah. Okay. I'm backed up here about 5 or 6 inches. Now, I could drop that the compressor. I'm running it on 3. I could drop it back 1.
Okay, just a question. Is the mic that you're using, is it a powered mic? What is your mic gain control? What is your internal radio mic gain control sitting at?
Oh, it's at 0. It's at 0. And the mic I'm using is an RE320, Electro Horse 320.
And your mic gain control, are you coming in the back or are you coming in the mic and mic input in the front?
No, I'm putting it in the front.
Okay, so your mic level control should be at 5 or something like that.
Oh no, it's at 0. I'll take it up to, let me see. There's 5 right there. That's 5 on it.
Okay, and when you had it all the way off, you were still getting audio level?
Yeah, I go to 0 and I still get audio.
That's really strange, because that, that's just a volume potentiometer, and it should just turn that mic right off, Roger.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying, but now it goes to 0. I'm still getting audio.
Well, I would run it just like that at 0, because I heard it clean up just a little bit. I think what you're having is mic overload on that first stage. See, when that mic comes in, it goes into the first stage of that preamp, comes out of that into your mic gain control, and then back into the second stage of your preamp. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. Well, like I say, I just dropped the compressor back 1 number. Did that help it some?
Yes, sir. That's pretty clean right there, Roger.
Yeah. And let me try something, Jim, just for our satisfaction. I turned the compressor off. The compressor's off right there. What's that sound like?
That's much lighter. So you want to go back to your compressor on, Roger?
Okay, got it back on, and it's at a 1.
Okay, come up to 2.
Okay, we're up to a 2 right there, and we're about 5 inches off the microphone.
Okay, so ideally, we would want to be, that mic gain would want to be at a 4 or a 5. I'm assuming that it's a 0 to 10 on your internal mic gain control?
No, actually it's 0 to 70.
Okay, but you would want to be somewhat mid-scale. That's the thing about mic gain controls. You want to be kind of mid-scale on those mic gain controls. So I think what's happening is that your mic is overpowering your first stage of preamp. Let's see here. Do you have a low-cut filter switch on that microphone?
No, I do not.
Okay, so you're sounding better there. Go back to that 3 setting. Go back to the 3 setting and let me hear you.
On the compressor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, back to a 3 right there, about 5 inches away from the microphone.
Okay, go back to 2. Go back to 2. You're sounding better at 2. And I would say, though. Okay, so you're having a signal overload on your front stage preamp. So come back off mic about 7 inches additional from where you were, and just let me hear that for a minute.
Okay, I'm a good foot away from the microphone, and I'm looking at the ALC, and it's going up about 2 foot.
Okay, so I'm hearing words getting chopped. I'm hearing words chopped. So there's something going on in that radio. Probably where you were just before now was the cleanest, Roger.
Okay, I'm running Vox, and the Vox was clipping on me. I moved that Vox around. That should be better.
You've got the Vox off now?
No, I don't have it off. I just moved it back where it wasn't clip on me.
Okay. Well, gosh, tell me something I don't know for about 15 seconds and let me listen to you.
Well, I don't know. This thing is it's a strange beast. The equalizer's not like any other, and of course it's got 10,000 adjustables on it, and it's just really crazy to get set up. You really need somebody with a flex on the other end that's got a good profile to help you out, and I just don't have that right now.
Roger, that sounds pretty good. Do me a favor. Why don't you, just for kicks, turn your Vox off? Is it easy to turn that Vox off and let me listen to it without the Vox?
I'll have to hunt up something to key it with. Hang on, give me just a minute, okay?
You have to key it to turn the Vox off?
Yeah, but then I got to get a push to talk into the mic cable, and I don't have it in my hand.
Oh, I understand. No, don't worry about it. Just leave it like that. I think we're close enough. There's only just a little bit of distortion at the top, and you can hear that, and we'll figure out what to do with that maybe later on. So if you want, if you go to YouTube, do a call it or search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, and I think you'll be able to hear that distortion right at the top, but it's not that bad. Roger?
Yeah, okay. I'm pushing to talk there now. I don't know if that's I grabbed that switch while we were talking, or while you were talking there, and it's staying keyed there, but it looks like I'm going out of the ALC.
Yeah, you are. You're dropping out, so you might want to increase the sensitivity just a little bit.
Okay, let's see what this does here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. That should be comfortable right there with as far as dropping out or anything.
Yeah, sure. That's perfect. That's perfect. And just out of curiosity, let's add another 2 clicks. You're maxed out on your 4KC, so let's add another 2 clicks of boost on your 2KC, just out of curiosity.
It is maxed out at the top.
The 2KC is maxed out?
Yes, it is.
All right. Tell me about the best thing you like about your radio.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here, wait a minute. Let me change that. Okay, I moved 2KC. I moved it 2 clicks. Okay.
All right, and then tell me the best thing you like about your radio.
Well, the best thing I'd like about it is a good profile set up where I could save it, and thing I'd like about it is a good profile set up. I could save it and not have this problem again.
Okay, I would go back to where you were there on that 2KC. I would take it back the 2 clicks where it was, Roger.
Okay, I took it back right there. And anyway, I can still see the ALC is hot there.
Yeah, you might want to pull that down just a tad, whatever it takes to stay out of overload on your ALC, Roger.
Yeah, and the thing I'm doing right there is I dropped the processor. I dropped it back 1 notch there. I don't know, maybe that helped it.
Okay, now it's fighting your Vox.
Okay, let's see what that, see if it'll stay in there now. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, Roger, it's clean now. So anyway, we got to get out of here. But I think that's about it, Clint. You'll be able to check out your audio and see what you think, and maybe join us next Friday, and we could do some more work if we need to. Hello? Clint, you might have hit your VFO. Might have hit your VFO. We're on 7188. 7188. Hello, Clint. Can you copy? This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. I'm not hearing you, good buddy. I guess you hit your VFO or something.
No, Jim, I'm very sorry. My computer shut down on me. I had to bring it back up. I hope you can hear me now.
Oh, yes, sir. I can hear you now. Sounds good. All right, so we got to get out of here. Let me say 73 to you, Clint. And if you get a chance to join us next Friday, we'd love to have you. And in between then, if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do that call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. It'll take you to this recording. Roger?
Roger. Thank you very much, Jim. I'm sorry to be so much problem. I don't usually do this, but I usually have a profile I can go to, and anyway, this thing has lost everything, and this thing has lost, and I have a problem with it. So thank you very much. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah, Roger Clint, I've been listening to you on my 7300, which is good down to 100 cycles. So I think I've captured your audio fairly well. So we'll say 73 to you, sir. And you have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Oh, the same to you. Happy New Year, Jim, and thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'll see if I can do better next time. Thank you, sir. W4OCM.
Roger Clint, 73. And this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. If you participated with us this afternoon and would like to hear your recording, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. Will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3200, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. And with that all being said, we've got to get out of here and return this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, clear.